So Damir PLANTIC making his way to the red corner.
And now please welcome in the blue corner of the ring, the boxer from Belgium, SCHELSTRAETE.
His opponent is SCHELSTRAETE of Belgium. Jamila Borkoeva of Kyrgyzstan is our referee. As we move up to the 86-kilogram cruiserweight division, this one between boxers from Croatia and Belgium, and a man wearing blue who just scored with a clipping right hand, and then he's getting to work with a straight left to the body, is SCHELSTRAETE, competing in his second bout here of Belgrade 2021. His opponent, wearing red, who's just been put on the end of a beautiful counter left hand, is Damir PLANTIC. He too competing in his second bout of this edition of the World Championships. There's a points victory over Artyom Yordanyan of Georgia for PLANTIC. European under-22 silver medalist as PLANTIC looking for that right uppercut on the inside. Made a terrific adjustment in that contest, did PLANTIC. Switching his stance as he's done here. And gave his man angles to prevail on points. As for SCHELSTRAETE, well, he scored a devastating knockout at the 2 minutes 59 mark of round number 3 against Shokjakon Abdullayev of Uzbekistan. Punching off the ropes, he landed a dynamite right hand, which saw Abdullayev out before he hit the canvas. Thankfully, he's okay, but that is a manner in which SCHELSTRAETE booked his place in the second preliminary round of the Cruiserweight tournament. We've got a perfect 32 as SCHELSTRAETE lands with a right hand. So no buys for any of the boxers. And this, the round of 16, the second preliminary round, boxers bidding to progress through to the quarterfinals. See, PLANTIC has gone back orthodox now. Now he turns southpaw once again. Less than a minute to go in this opening round. SCHELSTRAETE looking for straight shots to the body. Starts with the body, then goes upstairs. You can see he possesses terrific reach, does SCHELSTRAETE. Continuing to fire away with that right cross. Oh, there's an exchange of shots, and it was PLANTIC's that landed more cleanly and with more solidity. Terrific scoring shot from PLANTIC. Those shots hitting gloves from SCHELSTRAETE, who raises his left arm in a defensive posture. At illegal, of course. Look at the elbows. Very sharp. If a eyebrow runs onto those, well, it's probably going to open up in an instant. Not permitted in boxing, but SCHELSTRAETE using the tactic there in exaggerated fashion. So the first round in the book between these two experienced boxers. PLANTIC electing to remain on his feet in between rounds. And it's SCHELSTRAETE who has taken the first on a 4-1 split. The judge from Korea preferring the work of PLANTIC. Both men were firing in some hard shots over the course of the first 3 minutes. But PLANTIC keeping his composure under fire. Had his moments, but SCHELSTRAETE, the busy boxer, showing good variety to both body and head, and taking the first for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. So begin the second round then, and SCHELSTRAETE straight out to centre ring and poking out a stiff left jab. He got through with a couple of right hands during that fusillade of punches. There he slams a right hand into the body once again. It was another right hand that was below the chin of PLANTIC, but it landed somewhere around his sternum. Right hand, left hook from SCHELSTRAETE. PLANTIC remaining in punching range and keeping his composure, trying to employ the layback. He did effectively there. SCHELSTRAETE spoken to about slapping because he's landing with the inside of the glove. That's another slap right after the talking to about that infringement a few seconds ago. So PLANTIC looking to press forward as a southpaw now. Comes to the ring as the reigning 4-time national champion of Croatia, having taken consecutive national titles in the last 2 editions. One at 81 kilograms, the most recent up at heavyweight. Here he is at 86, a newly implemented division here at the World Championships in 2021. Second World Championship appearance for both of these boxers. SCHELSTRAETE just coming forward but swinging and missing with straight shots. He was up at heavyweight in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago. We lost to Britain's Chevon Clark on a unanimous verdict in the second preliminary round. Good right hand landed by SCHELSTRAETE, looking for that same shot once again. PLANTIC takes a left jab to the body. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand chop downwards by SCHELSTRAETE. See him breathing through an open mouth, but he's remaining in the pocket and continuing to go in search of his offense. This is the type of posture he was adopting in his contest with Shokjakan Abdullayev in the first preliminary round. His nose was bloodied, he was breathing through an open mouth, but you see he gets with another pile-driving right cross. And it was this type of posture where his breathing appeared to be rather labored, and Abdullayev was enjoying success to the body. He retreated to the ropes, did SCHELSTRAETE, and caught his man right on the button. So he continues to press and be the aggressor, despite appearing to be a little bit uncomfortable physically deep into this second round. PLANTIC maintaining a poker face, runs his man onto a left jab, which is a scoring shot. But SCHELSTRAETE continuing to be the busier boxer. Well, mentioned, that was almost right on cue, that he suffered a damaged nose in the first contest, and so he was breathing through an open mouth. The referee seeing a nose injury to SCHELSTRAETE once again, and look at that for a double left jab from the man in blue. So the second round in the book. So SCHELSTRAETE, the busier boxer once again for my money. PLANTIC looking more comfortable physically, but he's being outworked. This man's aggression proving to be effective because he's landing with a fair amount of accuracy behind his attacks, and that's why SCHELSTRAETE has taken the second round unanimously. So going into the third and final round, PLANTIC is trailing by 20 points to 18 for judges 2 through 5. It's all square on the card of judge number 1. Right hand was an eye-catching shot from SCHELSTRAETE, showing good variety with it as well. So into the third and final round then, and Damir PLANTIC competing in his second World Championships, having boxed in Hamburg 2017. Same year, earlier that year, remember it was a qualification championships, he took European bronze at 81 kilograms, losing to Muslim Gaji Magomedov in the early stage of his AIBA boxing career. Gaji Magomedov, until a new champion is crowned here, will be the reigning champion of the world at 91 kilograms. Came away with an Olympic silver after he was outboxed by Julio Cesar La Cruz in Tokyo. But in the 2017 edition, he was down at 81 kilograms in the European event, and that's who outpointed Damir PLANTIC in the semi-finals of the continental event. Well, PLANTIC just off the mark with his right hand a few moments ago. It went around the rear of the head, sliding in that direction. As Schelstra was able to avoid it. Well, PLANTIC has got to be busier than he's currently demonstrating here, the 31-year-old. Switches his stance to southpaw once again. But Schelstra continues to will his way forwards and scoring effectively to both body and head. Well, PLANTIC, his expression hasn't changed despite the pressure that he's been put under, but nor has there been a tempo change as he scores with a southpaw left to the body there. So he's operating at one speed and using one gear, PLANTIC, and he needs something drastically different, having conceded the first round, and as he takes a slapping roundhouse right from Schelstra. Right hand to the body once again, but Schelstra spoken to about the punch being low. He targets the same area again, then comes back with an effective jab. And PLANTIC, he's been put under real pressure here by Victor Schelstra, and that's a demonstrably low blow. My goodness. And PLANTIC, like the experienced AIBA boxer that he is, he doesn't complain, maintains that poker face and gets himself back into punching range. But Schelstra is keeping him so occupied. There he comes back with a left jab and an attempted right over the top. But for the previous, 20 seconds? It was all the action offensively from the man in red. And PLANTIC simply not able to find the punches because he's being kept occupied by the presence and the punch output of Victor Schelstra. Well, you almost see that nod between the two boxers. I think PLANTIC is accepting this one. It's not going to be his day. And that was almost like a basketball game where when one team is out of sight, in the closing seconds, one team just elects to dribble it out and the players begin making their way back to their respective benches. Haven't really seen that in boxing too often before, but that's what transpired at the conclusion of this contest, because Victor Schelstra commanded that one with his punch output, with his ring generalship, his front foot pressure, just keeping Damir PLANTIC on the periphery of this contest. Very good performance indeed by Victor Schelstra. And he'll be going through to the quarterfinals of the men's 86 kilogram cruiserweight tournament. Let's get the official confirmation. So there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Victor Schelstra of Belgium, taking all 3 rounds for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. He conceded the first for the judge from Korea. And a job well done. Victor Schelstra now 1 win away from a place on the medal podium here in Belgrade 2021, eliminating the 2017 European Championship bronze medalist Damir PLANTIC, who maintained his composure but simply wasn't busy enough. And you have to credit the activity, the aggression, and indeed the punching power of Schelstra, because sometimes that can make a boxer reluctant to let his hands go, mindful of what's coming back. Job well done. Schelstra go through to the final 8